my name is Lyn. You can find me on Instagram as DarkSkynLyn. I like to cosplay. I love anime. I also love to do sign language, and I'm currently learning Japanese as well. And I will see you at Anime Night on December 7th at Fuzzy's Tacos at 6 p.m.
How did you get into cosplay?
My friends convinced me. I was curious about cosplay at the beginning, but I had no one to like go with or do anything with. And I met a group of friends a few years ago, and some of them cosplayed, and they were like, hey, we should all just cosplay as a group. And so we went as a group, did group cosplays, and then after that I was like, okay, like I got more comfortable with being able to do it by myself. And
now,
but
do
still,
you do cosplay professionally? Or?
No, as a hobby right now. I feel like I'm not that skilled enough to be a professional cosplayer.
So you do it more for fun. Do you ever feel discouraged that to do cosplay, or what kind of keeps you inspired or makes you want to do cosplay?
I do feel discouraged because online there's a lot of people who whenever, like there's been times where people share my cosplay pictures when I post them, which I'm not too concerned about, but some people, they may post stuff with bad intentions, or they may post something negatively because they feel like if you are a person of color, you shouldn't cosplay as this character who's not a person of color. So a lot of people like to joke and rib on that, which is discouraging. But at the same time, there's such a big community of people of color that cosplay as well. And that's really inspiring, especially being in those groups and have them give me like supportive words, like keep going, like don't worry about anybody else. It's good.
No, with your cosplay, you mentioned something like, do you tend to stick to typical roles of that focus on your skin color, of like this person was a black anime character, or do you diversify or really challenge yourself?
I like to diversify a lot. There are anime characters I'm like, okay, that's a black character, and I do want to cosplay as them, not just because they're black, but because of their character development or anything like that. So yeah, I like to keep it pretty diverse. Like right now, like my top ones that I do right now are like Zatanna from DC, and also Mina Ishida, who's actually, she's pink. Like that's one of my favorite ones. Those are my top two that I like to do a lot recently.
Okay. So is there any groups that people can, that if they're actually want to get into cosplay, that they can go or reach out to, or what has been that source for you?
A lot of like the nerd groups and the POC, people of color cosplay groups, and there's also one that my friend created that's a Texas person of color cosplay group. Like getting into those groups to help me a lot, especially not just because of like diversity or anything like that, but because there's a lot of times where I'm trying to make something and I'm like, I don't know what went wrong, or I don't know what else to do to continue. You may post something about it, like little, post, this is what I came up with, but this is what I want it to look like. And a lot of people are helpful, saying, okay, well, this is what you could use this, or this, or like UVA foam or anything like that, or specific material to help your outfit. And I find that like really encouraging, that there's just a group of people who are there to be like just helpful.
Have you ever thought about quitting or stopping,
or? For a little bit when I first started, because I was so happy with the first cosplays that I did, and then to hear people kind of be like, well, those characters aren't black. Like, why? Like the group of friends that I cosplayed with were all black women, and it's just like, well, why did y'all cosplay? And then we would cosplay as people that weren't only of a different race, but they were male. And so some people didn't really understand that at first, and I found that a little bit discouraging. But within the groups and my friends, like I just like, you know what, screw them. Like I gotta keep going.
Okay. So what's next in your cosplay world?
There is a Bubble Girl from My Hero Academia. I really want to make her outfit. I gotta get a lot of blue face paint or body paint, but that's my next goal to like start on pretty soon. If anyone feels discouraged with cosplay, because I do see that online a lot too. A lot of people feel discouraged and say, well, I don't want to get into cosplay, or I don't want to continue it. Like, just do what makes you happy, because no matter what you do in life, someone's not going to agree with it. So you might as well just do what makes you happy anyway.
Okay. Do you recommend for people to like post up their post pictures of their cosplay, or
Definitely.
is there like a certain site that they should stick to? Or?
I think people should be willing to post wherever it is. I mean, I know sometimes it can be discouraging on some groups. If that's the case, like if people get worried, then just to post on like any diverse groups, like anime nerd groups or anime or cosplay groups or things like that.
Okay.
When you cosplay, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication and time. What can you tell us a little bit about that? I mean, for people that are interested in it, but maybe
everything else you have going on.
Yeah.
You got life, and you gotta find the time to make these elaborate costumes. And people, like you said, like people on the internet, and it's not even just the internet, but like a lot of people that cosplay, they want it to be exactly right. Like they're very picky about. Yeah. So how do you find the time? Like, what do you suggest?
Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, it can be hard to find the time. Like with one of my cosplays, my Mina Ashita cosplay, the pink alien queen from My Hero Academia, that took me a lot of time. I would say find supportive groups. Like I know with like when people have different, like especially like New Year's Eve coming out, people have like New Year's goals and stuff like that. They have accountability buddies. And I would say that can be helpful to have like accountability cosplay buddy to like check on each other like every week, like or every other week, like how's it going? With me personally, I got discouraged a lot and wanted to quit a lot. And I found a good group of I was just lucky enough to find a good group of like nerd girls in Houston. And so we would have slumber parties where we would just we would heave so much stuff into one person's house, sewing machines, like last time my friend, we were doing, she's doing a centaur cosplay. So she had like mattress foam and PVC pipes. It was just scattered everywhere and on the porch, like just spend all night and all, just working on stuff together. Like that's very beneficial too. Or even video chatting with someone while just talking about it and just things like that. Like looking for good supportive people to help you.
Don't cosplay alone.
Yeah, don't cosplay alone.
Has the cosplay scene in Houston grown?
I feel that it has, but then I'm also like, maybe it's just because I didn't get into the Houston cosplay community until like 5 years ago or so. But I feel that like now I'm seeing like just on my general newsfeed, I can scroll down and see more people cosplaying than before, or even like people that I went to high school with. I ran into someone and she's like, well, I didn't know you cosplay. Like I wanted to cosplay before, but I've never done it. Like we weren't even like that close in high school. And just to run into her and she's like, well, I saw on your Facebook, and I don't know. I feel like it's getting bigger and more accepting.
For somebody that never cosplayed before, never even tried it, what would you tell them? Or why should they try it or give it a try?
I think, that's kind of a tough one. I think that it's interesting. It's fun because like, even though like characters that people are cosplaying as, they may be fictional or whatever, we kind of like in a way like grow with them or attach to them because of their character development or anything like that. And I feel like it's another way of being like a fan. Like, I don't know. It's another way to have like appreciation and to just kind of become the person, like a character that you admire. I think it's fun. It's a nice hobby or a nice professional. If people who are professional in it, it seems like really cool. And it also teaches you things like with me personally with making cosplays, like there's like time management, and I'm a very anxious person. I don't like to leave my house a lot. And it helped being in the cosplay community to be around people that have similar mindsets as me. It was very fulfilling, especially a person that doesn't do well in big crowds, but to go to a cosplay event, I was like, wow, like I can be myself around people I don't even know because we're at the same mind level, I guess.
So we're gonna see you incorporate the sign language into your
I have no idea. I just interpreted like 4 actual people for the first time last night, and I was nervous about that. I don't know. I have to get more comfortable with my signing to other people, but hopefully soon.
But that's dope.
I don't watch a lot of anime, but is there any anime characters that are deaf and do use sign language? Or
Yeah, there's an anime movie called A Silent Voice. It's really good. It's on Netflix. It's about there's a deaf girl, and then there's a protagonist who, when they were in elementary school, he bullied her a lot, and he would like do things like take her her hearing aid or cochlear implant, and like rip it and like throw it out the window and stuff like that. And then she had to move schools because of the bullying, and so in return, he became someone that people bullied or teased. So he felt what it was to be ostracized. So then his life goal becomes to like reconnect with her and try to like better himself in life.
have you thought about being that girl?
I have, because she's adorable. Like, and her character development, like, it's kind of like a slice of life, but there's like some twists in there where you're just like, oh, this is kind of deep. I like her character and her development and her mindset of how she approaches things and meeting new people. I really like Cave Bear cosplay because she was the first, like, not only was she was just like the first Black cosplayer I saw, and also I saw that like she was getting like a lot of hate from people, but she's still like whatever, like, you know, that kind of sucks that people like that, but she's still just continuing on in her journey. I really like Texas cosplayers groups and the people of color Texas cosplay group. They're like really inspirational because I can see, because they post a lot about their progress, about, okay, like, even if it's just a piece of fabric they bought from Hobby Lobby, like, okay, this will become this one day. And it's like, okay, like, you can start from this and then make this grand, like, seeing their progress, and like, you can make this grand thing from this piece of fabric. So it's like, if they can do it, then I could give it a try and do it. And YouTube a lot for a lot of my tutorials.
What would be like your words of wisdom to somebody, not who's getting into cosplay, but somebody who is like, they haven't even like dipped their toe in, like they're like so scared, they're just like, I don't know if I want to try it. Maybe they're like, they feel like you, like maybe they're a person of color and they're so afraid to like go as Goku or, you know, somebody else. Like, what would you say to them?
I would say, you got, like, I know it's hard, but you kind of got to reach down deep and just kind of got to be selfish. Like, it's about, like, don't worry about anybody else. Just like, this is what I want to do. This is about me. Like, I want to be this character. This character is awesome. I also would say just to go and find groups or find people or reach out to people. It doesn't even have to be someone who is into cosplay, but just reach out to someone and be like, hey, can you help me, and be like there for me and supportive for me if for some reason I've messed up the sewing or the sizing on something that I'm making, or I don't know. But also, like, just I looked a lot online, like YouTube, especially Pinterest and Facebook as well. Like, it could be hard to start to want to do a cosplay, even though you really want to. It takes more than just wanting to. You actually have to get out there and do it and figure out the materials and buy it. So I know that can be complicated, but don't even think about the grand scheme of it. Like, me personally, I just started at one piece. I was like, okay, I need a vest. Okay, what can I do to make it? Like, I'm not going to think about the boots or the hair, none of that. Like, just focus on, just take it literally one step at a time. If you do need help, there's a good app also called Cos Planner, and it helps you like itemize your stuff, which helped me, like, okay, I'm not gonna scroll and look at the complete outfit. I'm just gonna look at this one piece in particular. This is what I want to work on for the whole month when I have time. Yeah, just start small and then work your way up.
So do you have social anxiety?
Yeah.
Has cosplay helped you with that?
A little bit. That and my medication helps also, but it does help Especially knowing that when I first cosplayed, I was super nervous, but I was thankful that I had a group of people to go with. But actually walking into the convention and seeing all these people and seeing all these other people that you can kind of tell are socially awkward too, it was like relieving, like, okay, like we're on the same page. If I come to you and I want to compliment you on something and you're kind of awkward about it, I'm kind of awkward about it, we understand. It's a little bit more relaxing. It was really, I'm not gonna lie, it was nerve-wracking, like walking on the sidewalk to walk into the convention. But it does help, like now that I know and I've experienced it and I know that there's more people out there who are welcoming and just happy to like meet people, it does help a lot. It makes me more, like for a lot of events, I don't like to leave the house or I need like some coaxing, but for cosplay, like a convention, I'm like, okay, like I know I'm gonna be okay.
There are a lot of competitions, or?
That was the one I did, the last one, the event that was the first one the contest I ever, like I've thought about it before and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and try.
And what place did you get in that?
First.
UGA winner.
Kind of random, but I mean, it's not anytime soon, but every year there is a convention, a good cosplay convention to go to called DEF CON, where it's an actual cosplay convention, but there's a lot of deaf consumers that go there. I think that's pretty cool.
Okay. For people that don't know, like, what do you mean by deaf?
Like people who are either hard of hearing or they're actually deaf. They have a convention. When is it? I think it's around the fall, once a year. So next fall, it'll be happening.
And if people want to reach out to you again, where can they find you?
On Instagram, DarkSkynLyn. It's DarkSkynLyn. Or on Facebook, Lyn Simone, LynSymone. Oh, and then, yeah.